How you doing?
Hi, Ashley. I'm doing fine. How are you?
Doing great. A long time no see. I know that you're still dancing though, regardless of the quarantine and the pandemic, right?
Right, without a doubt. Yeah. The last time I danced with you. No, only kidding. That was a while ago.
It was, but it's been so fun to get to know you, and I know our viewers really love seeing you on the show. Just tell us a little bit about your foray into America's Got Talent. What's that all about?
Oh, so you want to hear how I got onto American Got Talent? Okay. All right. What happened was about a couple of years ago, I sent my video. I'm sorry. I take that back. My grandson Sean videoed me, put me on YouTube, and a producer for the Steve Harvey Show saw it, asked me to, call her. I did, and blah, blah. We got text back and forth, and finally I got on the show. At the same time, I said, well, I might as well put in for American Idol. American Idol, right? I can't sing. America's Got Talent. And so I put in for it, and then about a week later, they get back to me and say, sorry, very nice, but not at this time. I said, okay, fine. So in the beginning of April, I got an email saying, we're interested, could you send another video? And I did. And they said, okay, we went back and forth, changing songs and whatever. They saw it, and they liked it. So they started to, interview me like you are. And then they came up with Do It at Home. And we got set up for that. And I was a little nervous because, let's face it, it's probably one of the biggest shows on TV for entertainment. It's not all singing, not all dancing. It's a little bit of everything. That's why it's so popular. And to actually meet the judges that I watched this show religiously, I said, oh, boy, here we go. And my wife calmed me down a little bit, and I became myself, as usual. And so Simon says, hello, how are you? I says, fine. And we're talking, and I asked him, do you think I can do a very bad impression of you? And he says, oh, go ahead, do it. So I did it for him. And you want me to do it for you?
Sure.
So I said, truthfully and honestly, I didn't really like it too much. So he started to laugh, and everybody else started to laugh. I said, oh boy, at least they're laughing, And then we went on to Sophia, a very nice woman. We watched her show, and she was very, very complimentary. And then we went to Heidi, and she introduced us. And of course, she said, "You mind if I ask how old you are?" I said, "I don't mind at all." And we told her, and I introduced my wife. I said, "We're married, for 60 years," and everybody very, very nice. And then we went to Howie Mandel, and he was also very funny with a lot of his stuff. And then Terry had the MC said, "Okay, Tommy, that's enough. You have to do your performance." So I said, "Oh, okay." So we had set up the whole house. It looked like we were moving. So I had the chair in a way, it was like comical. And I'm pulling the chair around in the front, and I finally danced to this song that I wasn't exactly ecstatic about. It was, it was okay. But I danced to it. And then when I came back, they critiqued me like they do with everybody else, And so he had said something completely different that originally went on air, but he was very complimentary, and so was Sophia. And then Heidi says, she says, "Wow, you gave me goosebumps from head to toe."
Aww.
And I said, I waited a second, then I said, "Well, maybe you should see a doctor."
Stop! You're so funny.
But they cut that out. That was not in there.
So funny.
And Howie Mandel was very funny. He said, because Claudia kept trying to get in, I wanted her in the camera, so she's coming in on the side and everything. And Howie Mandel is laughing, and he says, first of all, I got to tell you, I have never seen anybody do James Brown's moves like that. That was absolutely tremendous. And then he said, watching you and your wife is like watching when I Skype my mom and dad in Boca, and they're both trying to get into the camera. So anyway, it was to me, it was probably I've done a lot of things, Ashley, and since I'm a teenager, and this is probably the highlight of them all. And so many people got to see me. They're very complimentary, which is the best compliment I can get. I made them smile.
How awesome is that? I actually want to play the clip real quick, so just stick with me here. It'll just take 30 seconds here. Oops. Of course, my thing doesn't want to work. Here we go. Okay.
Next up is Tommy Socks from his home in Florida.
Uh-oh.
Tommy, are you there?
I lost video.
Just press that video icon in the corner there.
I feel like I'm on FaceTime with my parents.
Tommy, are you there? There we go. All right.
I loved it. The whole thing is perfect. Much fun. And I also am going to show a little bit of video of the two of us dancing because we had such a good time.
Oh, yeah.
What is it about just dancing in general that you just have always embraced? It's just a passion of yours, isn't it?
Oh, without a doubt. It goes back to when I was a teenager. Living in Brooklyn, New York. It wasn't exactly a macho thing to do at that time for a guy to be dancing, but you get made fun of, bullied, but we got through all that, and then the 50s came in with all the rock and roll music, and I always had to move. I know my mom used to play the piano. We always loved music. And I found as it got, we started to go to dances and confraternities and contests. And in fact, one contest I won, and I ended up on TV in 1955 in a show called Step This Way. Arthur Murray produced. There was 3 couples that won different dances. I did a Lindy, which is the jive. And it was just, for me, it's very relaxing. It gets rid of all my stress. It's cardio. It keeps me in shape. What more do you want? I mean, it makes people smile and laugh every time they see me. And they compliment me, and that's the best compliment I can get. I made them happy.
Yeah, and how awesome that you've been able to share this gift with the whole world through America's Got Talent.
Yeah, that's what I said. So great, so big,
So will people be able to see you again? I'm sorry.
What was that?
Will people be able to see you again on the air pretty soon then?
I hope so.
We'll see, huh? Very good. So let's see, what else are you up to during this time? Are you dancing a lot? How are you spending your days right now?
Okay, during this pandemic, like everybody else going out of their minds, I have, it's funny, you don't want to brag, but my wife sums it up. She tells everybody, my husband is he does he's a dancer, he's an artist, he's a photographer, he does magic, he plays the harmonica, blah, 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 he goes on and on. So I'm in my room, and I do a little bit of that all the time, mostly the drawing and some illusions to keep me occupied, and it's just what I do. I'm very lucky that I can do that and go into my own little world and not worry about it. A lot of my friends and relatives say that I'm funny. I guess I don't know. I do dialects, different languages to make them laugh. A matter of fact, there's a friend of mine, Beachek. I would call him Beachek. His name is Bobby. We play cards together. We made up our own language, and we call it Boto. Bo for Bobby and Toe for Tommy, and it's completely whack. If you want, I'll get a sample.
Sure.
Would you like to hear it?
Sure.
Okay. Ashley, kopevna putu menini papakina babushka de kunk. You know what that means?
I have absolutely no idea.
It says, Ashley, everybody in my family, including all my friends, think you're the best one on TV.
I would never have known that's what you were saying. Look at you, that's so funny. So I guess your best advice is for people to just keep moving. Just have some fun in their day, right? I mean, it's easy to get cabin fever right now, but you found a way around that.
Yeah, it's hard. It's not as all as easy as it looks, but it is hard. And you know, you come into a lot of problems being together all the time. But deep down, if you really love somebody and you go through all this together, you'll get through it. And like I said, I'm a very lucky man that I can do all that and you know, and forget about everything that's going on for a while. You know, as far as dancing, I'm just dancing 3 days a week, probably around 15 minutes every day, and now I'm back in the pool doing my laps to keep in shape 2 or 3 times a week too. Now I only go in the summer when it's hot. I don't like the pool in the winter because when I get out it's cold. Mm-hmm. So I don't. So, but now I'm doing that. So that's basically keeping me in shape too, to do what I want to do, which is dance.
That's awesome. It's good inspiration for everybody. Maybe we all have to find a way to keep moving, even though we're not, you know, heading out around town all the time. But what else do you want us to know, Tommy Socks?
Well, a lot of people ask me, so that I can put this aside, how come you dance in your socks? So the answer is very simple. I was in a club. I was dancing on a table, and I jumped off the table, and I did a split. Now, I could not get up. I injured myself. Needless to say, let's not go into that, but I injured bad. So after that, they picked me up and everything else. One of the other guys who was a good dancer, he said to me, you know, you need to stop dancing with your shoes. I said, what are you talking about? He said, if you use socks, you'll slide, and it's a lot easier. So that's what I continue to do. Then on the Steve Harvey show, the correspondence back and forth with Annie, who was one of the producers, she would text me like you do, we need to do this, and she'd open up the text by saying, hey, Socks, how are you? So when we got to L.A., it evolved into Tommy Socks. So now everybody knows, stop asking me.
I love it. Oh, it's so much fun. Thank you so much for spending some time with us. And
oh, I love it. You're great. And Claudia says hi.
Hi, Claudia.
Sweetie. AGT, Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah. Well, she knows AGT is on Tuesday night.
Yeah. Well, we all got to watch you, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Tommy. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Ashley. You take care of yourself, okay?
All right.
Bye-bye.